Sophie Wren from Live Wild here, and I'm very happy today. I'm out foraging and I've just come across one of my absolute favourite edible mushrooms, the chicken of the woods, or sulphureus. So in this video I'm going to introduce you to this mushroom and talk a little bit about it and how to eat it. Look at this amazing specimen, wow! And this is the perfect size, stage of growth to be absolutely delicious. There's a smaller one here as well. Alright, so I'm back home with my mushrooms, very exciting. I harvested them as quickly and quietly as I could because I realised that there was a woodpecker's nest in a little hole in the oak tree just above where the mushrooms were growing, and I could hear the little babies chirping, so I was very quick, very quiet. And last year, in fact, in the same tree, in that very hole, there was a bumblebee nest, and the bumblebees were coming and going above the mushroom. That's why I wore my bee jumper today, so I was expecting to see them again, but it was woodpeckers this time. So yeah, it was an oak tree, quite an old oak tree, but chicken of the woods can grow on other trees as well, including cherry and sweet chestnut. In the Calder Valley, I've only ever seen it on oak. It can also grow on yew, and it's worth mentioning now that there's some debate over whether it's safe to eat chicken of the woods that's growing on a yew tree, because there are toxins in yew bark and wood that are poisonous to humans, and it's debatable as to whether they make their way into the mushroom or not. So I would advise against eating this if you find it on a yew tree, but plenty growing on oak, and it's extremely fun to go out searching for a chicken. They seem to play a little game of hide and seek, kind of hiding little crevices around the oak trees, so you have to go all the way around to find them. When you do find one, it's extremely rewarding, even just to look at. You can see they're such beautiful mushrooms, such a strange texture and shape, almost otherworldly, as many mushrooms are. If you look back on my last video about artist's bracket, I talk a bit about what mushrooms are, but just to say, these are the fruiting body of the organism, which is still inside that tree and going strong, which is why I'm able to go back to that tree for a second year and harvest mushrooms again. Okay, so as well as not eating chicken of the woods growing on yew, there's two other important things to say about this mushroom. The first one is that some people have an allergic reaction to it. I do know a couple of people who've been quite sick after eating this mushroom. So the general advice is to try a very, very small piece of cooked chicken of the woods first. See how you feel, if you have any stomachache or reaction to that, before having a bigger portion. The second important thing is that this mushroom needs to be cooked really thoroughly, otherwise again it can make you feel sick or cause you to vomit. So when I fry this mushroom, I tend to fry it for at least 10 minutes, nice and brown on both sides, and cut it into quite thin strips to make sure it's thoroughly cooked through. Alright, so let's get to know this mushroom a bit better. So this was growing on the tree like so. You can see the top of the mushroom is an orangey, peachy, slightly yellow colour. It's very suedey to the touch, lovely soft texture to it, and at this age, quite spongy. So as the mushrooms get older, they'll turn more of a beige, bleached white colour. But at this stage, they're orange, and then this beautiful sulphur yellow on the underneath, which you can see on these smaller bits here. So that's the pore surface underneath, that's where the spores will come out of. And it's that bright colour that often helps me to spot these on the tree. Here's the inside, and maybe you can see why it has that association with chicken. So the flesh is quite a lot paler. At this stage it's very succulent, which makes it so delicious to eat. Here's my chicken of the woods, sliced up fairly thinly, about a finger's width I would say for each slice. That's so it cooks thoroughly. On my campfire, I'm just waiting for that to die down a bit, and then I'm going to cook this in garlic, thyme, lemon and olive oil, frying it for about 5 minutes on each side.